I grew up in a small village where every house stood on wooden stilts. My grandfather always had one rule: never go under the house after sunset. Not for a lost toy, not for a pet, not for anything. Whenever I asked why, he would simply say, "Because that's when it starts walking." I thought he was joking. I was wrong. When I was 16, my parents left town for a funeral, and I stayed with my grandfather for the weekend. That evening, heavy rain pounded the roof. The power went out around 8 p.m. The entire village disappeared into darkness. My grandfather lit a kerosene lamp and sat quietly in his chair. The old man kept glancing at the floorboards, as if listening. Around 10 p.m. we both heard it. Knock, knock, knock. 3 slow knocks from beneath the house. I looked at him. He looked terrified. Not surprised, terrified. The knocks came again. Knock, 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 directly beneath us. "Don't answer it," he whispered. "Answer what?" He didn't respond. The knocking continued every few minutes. Always 3 knocks, always from a different spot beneath the floor. Midnight arrived. The rain stopped. The silence became unbearable. Then something happened. A voice came from below. My mother's voice. "Tomas." My blood froze. My mother was over 200 miles away. "Tomas, help me." The voice sounded perfect. Every detail, every breath, every pause. I stood up. My grandfather grabbed my arm so hard it hurt. "That's not your mother." The voice began crying. I fell. "Please help me." Then it started calling my grandfather, using the nickname only his wife had used, the nickname she took to her grave. His face turned pale. The crying continued for nearly an hour, then suddenly stopped. Complete silence. I thought it was over. I was wrong. At around 2 a.m., footsteps began moving beneath us. Slow footsteps. Crunch, crunch, crunch. They circled the house, again and again, sometimes stopping directly under my chair, sometimes beneath my grandfather's bed. We could hear wet breathing, the sound of fingernails scraping wood. Then something started climbing. The house had 6 support posts. Whatever was outside climbed each one. Slowly, we heard claws scraping upward. One post, then another, as if checking every possible way inside. The sound stopped near my bedroom window. I looked. There was nothing there. Then a face appeared, upside down, pressing against the glass. I screamed. The lamp fell. Darkness swallowed the room. For a split second, illuminated by lightning, I saw it. Its eyes were completely black. Its mouth stretched from ear to ear, and it was smiling. The thing vanished before the next flash. My grandfather began praying. Not loudly, desperately, like a man begging for his life. The rest of the night was a nightmare. Footsteps, scratching, whispers, sometimes laughter, sometimes my mother's voice, sometimes my own voice calling from outside. At exactly 4:13 a.m., everything stopped. The silence felt unnatural, like the entire world was holding its breath. Then came one final knock, directly beneath my feet. Knock, 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 and a whisper, so quiet I almost didn't hear it. I found the right one. The sun rose an hour later. My grandfather refused to let me leave the house until daylight fully covered the ground. When we finally stepped outside, he showed me something. Fresh footprints, hundreds of them, circling the house. They weren't human. Each print had long finger-like toes, like hands. But what truly terrified me was where they ended. The tracks led beneath the house and never came back out. My grandfather sold the property 2 weeks later. We never returned. He died years afterward. Before he passed, I asked him what had been under the house that night. He stared at me for a long time. Then he said something that still keeps me awake. "It wasn't under the house." "What do you mean?" He swallowed hard. Every time we heard it moving, it was actually inside the floor. Those were the last words he ever spoke to me. I never slept properly again, and sometimes, when I wake up in the middle of the night, I hear 3 slow knocks coming from somewhere beneath my bed. Knock, knock, knock. I never check, because part of me is afraid that if I look underneath, I'll find footprints that lead in, but not out. Subscribe to Whisper of the Dark.